In this video, we are going to discuss what to do when your Alloy HG Freehub goes from looking like this to this. Usually this means it is time to replace your Freehub, but that is not the case with our replaceable pin design. Each spline is reinforced with a replaceable steel insert. This patented design is unique to Onyx Freehubs and is meant to combat gouging and blend lightweight with durability. So let's get started. First off, you'll need a well-used Freehub with the cassette removed to expose the bent and damaged pins. You may also need a replacement pin kit, available for $10 US online or from your local bike shop. We will get to why we say may need in a moment. For tools, you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers, preferably a set that has a side cutter integrated to the jaws. And not seen on camera, a pair of safety glasses to protect your eyes. Getting right into it, take your needle nose pliers and grasp the end of a pin. Slide this out parallel to the Freehub body and do not pull upwards. Now taking a look at this damaged pin, you'll notice the notches and bends are only present on one side. This damage occurs from the individual cogs or cassette spider digging into the Freehub when put under torque. The opposing side of the pin, however, remains untouched. So what we are going to do is get rid of the damaged end and recycle the pin to use the untouched side. Take your side cutter portion of your pliers and snip just below where the notching ends. You want to be sure at least 1/3 of the pin is left above the U-bend. Once cut, you'll see this remains in a V shape still. Slide this pin back between the splines of your Freehub with the straight side in the forward-facing position. You'll see the remaining side of the original pin surface is retaining this into the spline still. Once the pin is installed 1/3 of the way into your Freehub, use your workbench to fully seat it in place. Now you have a new, unnotched surface to install your cassette against. Repeat this process on the other splines if needed. So maybe you've done this, or the pins are too damaged to be reused. That is where the replacement pin kit comes in. This kit will include the pins needed to refurbish your Freehub and give yourself a fresh start. Go ahead and use your needle nose pliers to remove all the pins from the Freehub body. Be sure to wear your safety glasses during this process. Once all pins have been removed, use a paper towel or rag to clean the splines and give yourself a clean work surface. Next, unbag your pin kit. Be sure you have 7 replacement pins. But wait, there's 9 splines, right? Our design only uses the replacement pins on 7 of the 9 splines. The 2 key splines do not use replaceable pins. These 2 splines are used to clock your cassette during installation. Once installed, your cassette should only minimally contact these splines, with the steel pins taking the brunt of the force around the rest of the Freehub. We'll show you that in just a moment. Go ahead and begin inserting a replacement pin. We suggest loading each pin 1/3 of the way into each spline. Repeat this all the way around the Freehub, leaving the 2 key splines empty. Using pins in these slots will make the cassette install very difficult. Once loaded up, push your Freehub firmly and squarely against your workbench to seat all the pins at once. And that's it. You are ready to install your cassette. Be sure to follow the manufacturer instructions to complete your cassette install. So to follow up on the key splines, we'll show you an example of how the cassette contacts each pin when installed. Here you can see a typical part of a cassette cluster. This core in the center is referred to as a spider or carrier. Each will have a set of notches to align with the key splines on your Freehub. Once in line and installed on your Freehub, you'll see that the cassette mainly contacts the pins on each forward face. Additionally, a small gap will be present between the cassette and each key spline. This offset will ensure the majority of your torque input when riding is put into the replaceable pins. It should be mentioned that improper install of your cassette or a loose cassette will rapidly degrade the pins and your Freehub body. Be sure to follow your cassette manufacturer's instructions for install, and we will see you out on the trail.